man made in the image of God.
Wagwan man them and Wagwan girl. Today I have a very special guest.
Yo.
He's a fan of the channel. Big up my guy Opay.
What's up?
We're sitting here with Opay today, and me and you lot are gonna get to know him on a much deeper level because this is a very cool guy right here. And this is someone
Appreciate
that this is someone that I feel like the underground not even just you and your I was gonna say your little crew, but I know that sounded bare disrespectful. You and your crew, you guys, you, Ruben, Twee, all of you guys, I feel like the underground industry is very, very in need of that type of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your music, of course, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. 100%.
So welcome to the cabin. Okay, welcome.
I appreciate it.
Come on, man. Come on. How you doing, man?
I'm feeling good, I've woke up in the morning good, you know what I mean? Like, had a nice shower, and, I'm just feeling chill today, happy to be here, you know what I mean?
No, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. I was gonna ask you from the get-go, but before let's start the interview and ask, what's this? Like,
have you heard of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, I know the character, but like, is it a bag or is it a doll?
This is
this is the
this is
bag
a bag.
Sonic.
This
right?
is a bag, basically. This is Knuckles.
Knuckles, yes.
This is Knuckles. This is a bag. Yeah.
So you can actually put stuff inside of it.
Yeah, you can, bro. I had my charger inside of it.
Oh, for real?
And I brought it.
but how does it work? Is it like stuffed already?
Okay, so let me show the camera quickly. So
yeah,
so you see, this has this part, and you can open it here, and you can like.
And then there's like a little pouch thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You can hide bare drugs in there. I'm sorry that's the first thing I thought about.
Yo, nah. Why is that the first thing, bro? Like, yo, so that's what you're gonna do first. It's like, hey, let me buy a new bag. I'm gonna get some Halloween.
I just want to buy it just to hide drugs.
No, bro.
I don't really need a bag, really.
You're gonna bait yourself out already, bro.
I'm joking. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. But that's interesting because I've seen quite a few people with that.
Yeah.
When Kofi Tap came on, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know Kofi, bro.
He had one on. Someone else had one on. I'm forgetting his name. Dark Lab. Dark Lab. Yeah, he had one on as well. So I know those 2 times I completely forgot to ask.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm definitely gonna ask now. This is really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Because I didn't think it was a purse, or not a purse, but like a bag. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a Sonic one and I got a Knuckles one.
Okay.
So I was trying to find a Shadow one, and but they don't do Shadow anymore. So
really?
The place, it's a place I go to, but I don't know bait things out. You know what I mean? This is my own plug.
Nah, that's cool.
And I really
not everybody
them.
needs the information.
Yeah, but I really appreciate them to get all the stuff you know what I mean? So yeah.
Alright, now shout out to you with the new swag, man.
Yeah.
I like it. I
appreciate it, man.
Fuck with it so hard. So Opay, man, let's get into the music a little bit. Like,
alright, cool.
When did you? I mean, actually, before we get to the music, where you from? What's your background? I thought you was Nigerian.
I get that.
And I was very, very disappointed to find out. Obviously, I still fuck with all my black people out there. Don't get me wrong.
I eat Nigerian jollof rice.
Come on, who wouldn't?
Yeah, bro, come on,
man.
But my background, my dad's from Ivory Coast.
Oh, okay.
And my mom's from Gabon, so West Africa side. But they're both.
You're Nigerian, man. Come on, man. Ivory Coast is right there.
It's just it's there, but both of them have French speaking backgrounds.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So
do you speak French?
I'm not that great speaking French, but
you understand?
I know in and off. Yeah, there's times I know in and off, but I'm better writing than speaking. I realize some people, when it's with languages, some people are better writing than speaking it. Some people are better than speaking than writing.
They're writing 100%.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm one of them people that's better at writing as well than speaking.
Yeah,
it just makes sense visually.
Look a French the kid, exactly. Come on.
100.
Yeah.
So tell me about your background, man. So what was you born back in Africa? Was you born here?
I was.
How did it, you know what I mean? What was it like growing up?
I was a South London boy.
Okay. Shout out to South London.
Yeah, born in Croydon, you know what I mean? Born at Mayday Hospital, you know what I mean?
Come on. Damn, Croydon.
Yeah, like I know people from my ends, as I said, Ruben isn't the same.
Shout out to Ruben, my guy.
Come on, he tapped into with all of us, so I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, South London was just somewhere where most of it was filled with mostly rap and hip hop, I say. you got people listening to like American artists, but like mostly the mainstream ones. So like, from what I know, most of them, of course, times they'll talk about Drake. There's times they talk about like I'm talking about a decade ago.
Yeah.
So at times they'll talk about Drake. There's times they talk about Lil Wayne, a bit of Rick Ross.
Mm.
But I wouldn't hear things like about Future or Fuck Yeah. But yeah, like I feel like my brother got me more into rap with also my sister as well, because my sister showed me like So Solid Crew,
Damn.
Yeah, like I imagine like Asher D as well, like before he went to acting, this like
A lot of people don't even know that. That's the thing that I noticed about you straight away as soon as I met you, because we've only just met today, by the way. And straight away I realized that wow, for an 18-year-old, you have a lot of knowledge of like music history. Is that just growing up in a family that like you kind of like learned?
It's in the
from?
I think everyone loves music in the family. Like everyone that loves music in the family, they got like we all have that music passion. Like everyone, I mean everyone. So like yeah, I think it was just like it was my time to do like music and stuff like that for myself, because like it's kind of funny because like in the time of high school, I didn't feel like I wanted to do music because I feel like I didn't have any connections, or I didn't have anyone who can speak to, as I said, going with trust issues and stuff like that. So like it was kind of like difficult, if you get what I mean. So when it was so like I wanted to do gaming. I wanted to do gaming. I had the YouTube channel and everything. Like
okay, no, but like I think you wanted to be a gamer.
Yeah, I wanted to be a gamer, streaming. I had that type of mentality.
But why didn't you pursue that? Like why did you go from gaming to music?
Now this is the thing I realized. Once I realized when I was in like college and stuff like that, like, and even now, this is something which I feel like people need to know. Like, when you're certainly good at talent and you're trying to do something else, you can't run away from that talent.
Yeah, it's always gonna come back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always gonna haunt you.
Yeah, like I said, that was literally it. It was like, and I feel like the person that got me back to music was Juice WRLD. I feel like.
Shout out to Juice WRLD.
And this was a time when I knew about Local Lemonade within like Ski Mask, and like when they'll bring in Ski Mask, Polari. That's an old Polari, of course. Uno the Activist as well. He was in the feature there, but like
shout out to Uno the Activist.
Like, and he had a show there as well. I was man, I should have went.
Like, I also wanted to go to that, but
like
prior engagements. I would have been there.
Yeah, I'm not paying balcony tickets, but anyway. But yeah,
how much was the balcony tickets?
It was like going to £30 basically.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, but it's just that I'm that type of guy that if I'm going to pay for balcony, I'm going to jump down.
Fair. Yeah, you don't trust yourself enough.
Yeah. Because I've done it before, but when it was
you jumped down from the balcony.
Yeah.
When was this? And how did this happen?
Okay, so basically, I don't know, but it was like, I think it was some, I don't know, event that was going on, and like I was in the balcony that time, and I remember like the security wasn't watching, so like it was like, okay, and I told the person that they were looking for somebody, and I was like, you might be downstairs and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, let me just go move down there.
And you jumped over the balcony and jumped down to the...
because there was a stair part. There was a stair part, so I went down to the stairs because it was blocked off. But I went down to the stairs.
Fair.
And more people did.
That's dangerous.
More people did that.
More people did after you did that. So not only did you put yourself in danger, you incited a riot and put others in danger. That's crazy. This is why I stay my ass at home.
Yeah.
This is why I stay my ass at home. But nah, it's always. I mean, I'm joking, of course, obviously, for those that don't get it. But it's always nice to, break some of the rules sometimes. Why not?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a risk taker sometimes.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a risk taker. Of course, I had to be confident. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, going back to your upbringing a little bit.
Yeah.
So, mom and dad, were they like Eurocentric, or were they born in Africa?
They were born in their places.
Okay, cool. And then
they went to France. They knew.
Oh, okay. France first.
They went to France. Then I think afterwards, when they got married, England.
They moved to England.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing from what I'm hearing, you say you got like older brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I'm the youngest in the family.
How many siblings? Damn.
Black people.
Mom and dad was out there like that?
No, not mom and dad. I'm talking about
dad.
Not even dad. I'm talking about granddad,
okay.
granddad, the grandma, like
I know, but that's calm. Bro.
Yeah,
oh,
like,
okay, I see what you
that's
mean.
what I mean. Like,
Granddad, grandma.
but we also have like cousins that like I have cousins from like South America that I don't even know. Like
Yeah, no,
there's
that'd be
people in
happening,
my same surname that's in South America, and like I don't know if they're actually part of my family as well. But like,
well, they gonna claim it though.
yeah, that's
But how
true.
many siblings you got? Like from your immediate
In my family, it's mostly 3.
Okay, that's cool.
But like, if we talk about more people, like many cousins, many nephews.
Yeah,
like,
there's always that though. Like you said, black people. Everyone's your auntie. Everyone's your uncle. Everyone's your cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I've got mad cousins and uncles and aunties that I don't even fucking know, bro.
Because even when I go to church, it's like I was like in a Nigerian church. Like it was mostly Nigerian church, so I know about how to like respect and stuff like that. The greeting, bro. Like when I first, even the greeting, bro. I didn't know about it because the greeting is like, why would they bench presses?
Brother, within press ups, bench presses, sit ups.
Exactly. And I didn't.
They have to know that you're fit enough for their children.
Yeah, but
for their daughter, you know.
Bro, it's like I don't know about that. It's like why am I doing workout in church? It's like I feel like I'm doing workout in church, but like when I understand it was like okay, yeah.
That's why I thought you was Nigerian because you be around Nigerians. You got that Nigerian attitude inside of you, like. That just because there's a little attitude that all Nigerians have of just confidence in yourself. No matter how much of a bullshit person you are, you just are confident in your point of view of life. Type of shit. Do you get what I'm saying? And some people hate us for that. Some people love us for that.
Yeah, of course.
Even when we don't get. Even when we don't
get. Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like
damn. Shit, shout out to all my Nigerians out there, Niger boys and Niger girls.
Shout out to my church. Shout out to people in my church. Like
that's crazy. But you were born here, obviously. You were born.
I was born here.
Cool. That's pretty dope. So like, at what point did you then realize? Because obviously, like, you're growing up in England, like you know, growing up in Croydon is not the best. It's not the best area.
No, you see, here's the problem. I could say I want to back up with this point of saying like, people say because they want to say things because they know about things. But at the same time, like. We're all gonna judge on everything, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like any place could be like, because I know people saying, "Oh, you're from Croydon, that's a dangerous place" and stuff like that. Like, go anywhere can be dangerous.
I agree, but not like Croydon. I agree with you in the sense that like Croydon isn't even as dangerous as most people make it seem. Yeah. Back in the day, now, like maybe. About 10, 15
but I feel like
years ago.
Everything can change, you know what I mean? But I see what you mean by that.
I agree.
Because I know there's things that happen there, but at the same time, like...
Yeah, back then it wasn't the friendliest of places. But now, obviously, it's changing. There are a lot more investors in Croydon. Like, there's like high-rise buildings. The Box Park is amazing. Do you know what I'm saying? So Croydon's coming up. But Croydon does have its stigmas. You know what I'm saying? And growing up there is not like the easiest borough to grow up in.
I was outside of it though. I feel like I was outside.
Oh, you was outside a little bit?
I was like outside of it mostly. Okay. But even though, because in our postcodes it said like Croydon. Yeah. But like I'm so like, I don't know. This world's weird. But like for real, this world's weird. Like I don't understand it. Like
What's weird about it?
Just us in general, like. Us humans in general, I feel like this is where I be careful what I say.
It's right.
But at the same time,
we could get edit things that you don't want.
But at the same time, like I feel like there's like us. One thing you can't explain in this life right now is ourselves. Yeah. You can't explain ourselves. That's why when people say, "Oh, I'm just normal" and stuff like that. We have all weird sides that people will find ourselves saying we're weird for.
Oh, absolutely.
We all have something that we all say to somebody, "Oh, no, that's weird."
Absolutely. That's why I fully believe in not caring about what anyone else thinks.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know, people. That sounds well, I feel like I'm saying I'm weird, but you know I can at least accept it. But you can say you're normal, but you know that for a fact you're just lying. But anyway.
There's no. I mean. Yeah. To tackle that, there's no normal, really.
There's no normal.
You know what I'm saying? It just depends on your perspective and how you've grown up, and you know what I mean. But what I was gonna say about growing up in Croydon is the fact that just growing up in South London in general is we don't normally have as much opportunities as most other places in London. Just in general, and I'm not saying that's the same situation for you, but. Okay. Talk me through what it was like for you. Do you feel like you had enough opportunities around your community? Do you feel like you had enough good people around you? Because you're 18 years old, but you got a good mentality on you. Where did you get all that from? Like, what, tell me about your, how you came up.
I feel like my mentality got more better when I was like going towards 16, I say.
Okay.
Because I said from like since one to like 14 or 15, I was like, I felt very lost. I can't lie, in this world.
That's crazy.
Like just in like even high school, just messed up my head. You know what I mean? So like, it really like messed up my head to a point where like, I'm not sure I could really speak to people about this. I really talk to people about this. That's why like I had to be careful. Like for me, for what I say to people. Like the only time I could truly say the things like properly or generally like with like is mostly family.
Yeah.
But other than that, friends, you have to be like.
You have to be very, very
That's
careful.
what I mean.
Be selective.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So even now, there's times I do regret saying shit to like my
certain
friend.
People.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like I move on and become a better person from what you probably seen me from how many years before.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't think I was this wise when I was 18. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, did your dad teach you this? Like, did your dad have talks with you and give you some like knowledge and like wisdom, shit like that?
I feel like.
Or your mom?
I feel like it's just like I could say my mom.
Okay, good.
But at the same time,
I didn't want you to be like, no, it's just all me.
No. I could say my mom, but at the same time, like before even my mom, like there was one point where like I don't like. There was one point in my life like where I was just young before I even my mom said it. Like it was like I like told one of my parents off when I was young.
What, for real?
Like, I'm not even lying. Like
you told him off.
It's like no, you should not be doing that. That's not good.
That's crazy.
And
by the way, guys, for all the white people listening, you might not understand why that's just like crazy to me. That's blasphemy in a black household. You can't
that's what I'm seeing. Like even now, like.
Did you get away with that?
I say what's it called? Trauma built me up.
Okay.
Trauma from like being family built me up to where I am.
Okay.
But at the same time, that's how you will build yourself up. You're gonna have challenges in your life where you feel like, why this happened to me or why did this happen? But at the end of the day, you're gonna find out that these are things that will build you up as a person, that will build you up in life, that will make you successful. And people who are doubting yourself, like either way, you're still gonna be successful for what you want to do. But by doubting yourself, you're just not helping yourself.
Absolutely, I agree.
So, yeah, that's really it. Like,
what sort of trauma? Like, cause you're only 18. Like, I can't imagine you've been through. Not disrespect.
No, I get what you mean.
I'm saying I can't imagine you've been through so much that it's been like so traumatic that you. But then again, I haven't lived your life, so that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, of course.
And if it's something that you're not comfortable talking about, of course we could.
I feel like it's just like the family bond. Well, I could say the family bond has not been the same like since maybe 2 decades ago.
Oh, okay, I see.
But at the same time, it's something where like I want to still help them, and even though if anyone in my family who I know I do not like at all or anything like that, I still ask God for forgiveness because even though I'm still annoyed at them, but I should forgive them because that's how God created them.
Yes.
And that's how God you brought them into this world.
That's how God intended.
So I leave it to God.
Okay.
So yeah.
From what I'm hearing, obviously you're very well media trained. It's good that you say what you want to say and leave out what you don't, because I don't want to push anyone to say some shit.
Yeah, because I want to say like maybe riddles way.
No, but that's cool. That's cool. But from what I'm hearing, it sounds like. Because, and also as well, this is very true for like every, last kid in the family, because you see all the other people ahead of you and you see how they interact with each other, and you choose the better way because you see the effects that it has on them and you learn from that.
Yeah, like even now, I feel sorry for people who are like the older brothers who always
That's me.
I'm sorry,
That's
bro.
me.
For you, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. You're right.
Like,
and I thank you for acknowledging us, because no one ever gives a fuck about us.
No, because like, what's it called? There was times when I done something wrong, and like, my dad will blame my brother about it, and so I'm like,
it's me.
Hello,
right?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, hello, I'm here. Like, it's just like.
I don't know. What type of traumatic shit? Why do you think black parents do that? Just question. I don't think we have a correct
Oh,
answer. I don't think we're ever gonna find a correct answer for that. But why do you think they do that?
I feel like some of them. Here's the thing. Some of them, not even trying to be rude or anything. Like some of them have gone through things, and it's like, and even like people like beating their child and stuff like that. I'm saying this right now. You do not need to beat your child
At all. And in fact, beating your child for black people, beating your child is you carrying on the slave master's wishes. Let's just put it that way. No,
interesting.
It is.
That's an interesting point of view. A
lot of people always say, "Oh no, it's Africa." It's not African tradition to beat children. Before colonialism, Africa wasn't beating each other.
That's true.
It was colonialism that came in, and then that became a norm because the white man made it a norm.
You see, you took your history lessons. I didn't. All right, cool.
No, for real. That's why I've been telling every African parents like. You lot think that you're disciplining the child. You're not. Why do you think white people don't beat their child?
Yeah, but here's the thing as well. At the same time, like don't get wrong, because like as I said, my mom don't do that because she only done it once, and that's only once because I was losing at that time.
Okay.
There was one point I lost it, and I understand. So, and I said when I got older, I learned how to self-control myself and my anger issues, and
he was good.
And I learned as I keep going on. But there's times I do shout, but at the same time I have maybe excitement and stuff like that. But like other than that, yeah.
That's dope. That's really dope. It's dope that at such a young age you understand yourself, and not only that, you're able to control your emotions. Because maybe you don't see it now, maybe you do. I don't know. But that will take you very far in life.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. All right, let's get into the music a little bit now.
Yeah. Right.
So, at what point did you decide to start? Like, okay, first of all, at what point did you realize that you were interested in music? Like, how old were you? What was playing? Like, what
5 to 6 years old. Okay. I was listening to music.
What music?
I say mostly like the time like R&B. I say soul.
Okay.
Soul music, alternative. Rap didn't came in yet, but mostly soul and alternative.
And at this age, were you aware of what you were hearing, or you just knew that you enjoyed it?
It was I was aware of what I was hearing, and it was cool. But also there was times where like my mom and dad played, of course, like gospel music as well at the same time,
okay.
And of course like other type of and a bit of Afrobeat as well. You know what I mean?
All right.
But yeah. But when I got to like maybe like when I was getting to 11 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I say that was more like I went to like rap side, you know what I mean? So as I said from before, Sister and Brother showed me mostly the rap side. Now when it was 2015, 2016, this is when I was on SoundCloud.
Finding out about your own interests, your own taste in music.
Yeah. So, and this is interesting because the way how I found Juice WRLD was the fact that I would just listen through like a Discover thing, and what played. And I'll always be one of my favorite songs from him was from Eye Contact.
Okay.
And it was
when you say Eye Contact, what's that?
Like it's one of his name of his songs.
Okay.
And that was from 999 Forever, his EP before he released Goodbye Good Riddance.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just like I found him out and I was like, okay, that is actually cool. Like I like this guy.
What about him like drew you to that music? You know what I'm saying? What about the sound? Was it the sound? Was it the style? What was it?
Number one, it was just him just speaking from just his own experiences.
Okay.
But also had that little hype energy, but also have that bit of like he mixed three things in once: emotion, life, and hype.
Absolutely.
So I really like that a lot, and that's what made me like him a lot. Like things like and that's how like. All Girls Are the Same as well with Local Lemonade. Like, I was like, wait, have I heard this guy before and stuff like that? And I checked my like songs, and I was like, it's the same guy I was listening to from SoundCloud. I was like,
that's dope though, because obviously you found out about him before he gets all that exposure.
Yeah.
And the music's so good, that's why you gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
And then when you see it on such a massive platform, you're like, oh shit, that's dope. That's amazing.
Yeah. Then. But the time then, like as I said, like we got like I was listening. There was like Ski, X. I knew Ski before X. I'm an honest person. I knew Ski before X.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because of Catch Me Outside.
And, that's what I'm looking for. And Ski had a smash before X came out.
Yeah,
I believe.
because I still knew Local Lemonade that time, but I didn't know like. But I watched it more because of the All Girls Are the Same thing.
Okay. Welcome back. What did we leave off? We were talking about like some of your inspirations. I know we were talking about Juice WRLD.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
but before I even got to even Juice WRLD, I say in 2015 and 2016, this is the time I knew Travis Scott as well. So because I was a big Kanye fan, I knew about Travis Scott and of course one of the most I say genre breaking albums of all time.
1000%.
Rodeo.
Like crazy.
Like I feel like it literally solidified hip hop as gonna be the number one thing now. I say, but the reason why I say that is because like, don't get wrong, like we all love like, of course, pop was then like R&B and stuff like that. But I feel like which I think it brought more things to hip hop.
It definitely did, but I think hip hop was solidified before Travis.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to say like it made trap more like diversified.
Okay, I get what you mean.
That's what I mean by that.
Okay, I get what you mean.
That's what I should have said that first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that was like one of the albums where it feels like to me, I feel like I loved it a lot. Even like Antidote, Pissing Your Grave with Kanye.
Incredible fucking song.
What's it called? Pray for Love, like with The Weeknd, and what's it called? Nightcrawler with Sway Lee and Chief Keef. Amazing songs, bro. Amazing songs. Great songs.
You'll mention some bangers.
Like even another one with the I think the 6-minute song with Quavo. That one. Oh my.
What's it called?
Yeah.
I know.
This side.
Yeah.
I loved it. Amazing. Even the future song with.
So what you listening to all of that at this age started to spark creativity inside of you? Did you just go ahead and straight started to write music, or like what was the process like after you hearing all these type of songs? Like
I think the first music I wanted to do was like hip hop type of music.
Okay.
So there was the first song I made officially. Like even before I even was making songs, me and my brother were doing like freestyles in our bedroom, and we did that on Instagram and stuff like that, and my old IG account, and they're okay. they're okay. I had the melody, I had the rhyme scheme, I had the scheme, but when I started music, my first official song was with Ruben, and this is why I say Ruben, was the person to like help me out with music.
Okay.
So I say
when you say help you out, what do you mean in terms of like
knowing
how to make a song,
how to record the song. And I think I already know how to structure a song in my head. I feel like it's just recording wise, what to use.
Okay.
And like and like how to get bare mixes and stuff like that.
Shout out to Ruben, man, because people like that are very, very important. Friends like that are important, basically. Because I know that a lot of you guys are out there that you see your friends struggling, but you're not gonna really help them out. You have the information, but you're not gonna really give it. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Then the time when because my first song was me and Ruben, it was called All to Myself. Then afterwards,
I think I heard that song.
Yeah, I want you.
Is that on SoundCloud?
Yes, it's all on SoundCloud. I think most of my old songs are on SoundCloud. I don't put it in my YouTube anymore or Spotify. But
that's what you look doing. That'd be annoying me. Why not? Why?
Okay, here's the thing. There's something.
Not Spotify. I don't care about Spotify. But why not put on YouTube?
But the reason why I didn't put on YouTube was because I wanted to start off with something a bit new. But at the same time, I do things I do regret.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like starting with things from Call Me, with the music video that I had it there.
Okay.
I wanted to start with that though.
But why? Was it like a shift?
It was a shift.
Okay.
I feel like it was more of a shift.
Okay. Because
I thought it was better for me to start my first persona as an artist. Like, as I'm saying, as I said, Opay and my name and myself it's just they're two different. They're two different people.
Okay.
But at the same time, Opay is a person that is in my thoughts.
All right.
And explains more. But
okay, what are the differences between Opay and Michael?
Daniel.
And Daniel, sorry, I thought you said Michael.
Yeah, well, my first name is Brew.
Okay.
But like it was all this story was ridiculous. So
Hey, that's why we're here, man.
yeah, but my friends call me bro, right?
They call you bro.
Yeah, because the reason why, right?
I'd like to hear why.
This is the okay. So I made this reason, like, and I haven't even told them yet. But I made this reason.
Wait. You just made up the reason.
Yeah.
Why?
This is when I was young, right? This was in primary school. I was young, bro. Like.
Okay, fair enough. But like, did they tell you the reason why they call you bro, or you just made up a reason?
But I continued it till high school. That's why I continued it till high school.
Okay.
But
Listen.
the reason why I had that because I don't know why, but my first name when I was born was Daniel. When I was given birth, it was supposed to be Daniel, but my father added his great grandfather's first name and stuff like that. Then I was like, when I got older, I was like, I don't like this name.
What do you mean he added the name, or
like he added basically Daniel's like kind of like my middle name.
Yeah.
And
okay. Your first name is
Brew.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Not bro, but Brew.
Brew.
Okay.
But
bro sounds a bit like like, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So now when I got to primary school and stuff like that, I want to be known as bro, and I would just make this complaint saying, you see, no, the U silent. You know what
I mean? It's French. It's French. It's the French.
There's an accent. So
the Danish one.
So they'll either call me bro or bro Daniel.
Yeah.
So but when I continue to high school, I'll just call bro. So
it's not a bad nickname though.
But yeah, like then afterwards when I was in college, I felt like like I just wanted to be called Daniel now.
Okay.
But as I realize now, it just doesn't matter to me because I felt at the end of the day, what made me matter more was that when I was speaking to this person, I realized like you should like it made me love my name more. That person helped me, that motivated me, and made me have the confidence that you should love your name.
Okay. And what person is this? Oh, all right. Keep it on the DM.
Yeah. Keep on the DM, right?
Yeah, I didn't say that. I said DM. But okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
But at the same time, it made that person like made me like love my name more. You know what I mean? And that person told me.
And you should.
And I should. And it doesn't matter what my parents call me Daniel anyway. Either way, my parents still call me Daniel.
Fair. But that's a bit confusing if your first name is not Daniel.
Yeah, but it was like my birth given name by Christ. So.
Fair.
Yeah. But.
And also, just to go back quickly to just being proud of who you are and your name.
Yeah.
Share like. Again, not to make this about race, but it's colonialism that did this to us. It's true, man. The other day, I had to like check myself for being ashamed of pronouncing my last name properly to a white man on the phone. Because normally, I'll like fucking Eurocentric I don't know if that's a word, but I'll turn my Yoruba last name into a like fucking English word.
Oh my.
You know what I mean? And not say the pronunciation properly. But then I started to check myself recently. And then I was on the phone to this guy, and I was pissed off already, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it was like customer service. Yeah. And he asked me for my name, and I said my name like in the Nigerian accent, everything. And I felt a little bit embarrassed. And I was like, why am I embarrassed? It's my fucking name. And that's how it's said.
Yeah.
Because if I said some Spanish Donny's name, and I said it wrong, you'd be like, no, it's Rojas. Yeah. And you have to say it like that, because that's how it's said. Do you get what I'm saying? But... for my name, nah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
No, I feel like trust me. I've been watching those skits and those like when I was younger. I've been watching those skits and those shows and stuff like that.
It's sad, but
and
it's true.
I understand how you feel. Like even like what's it called? There was what's it called? Meet the Adibanjos. I'm not sure if you guys remember this. Meet the Adibanjos. It was like some all black show.
It was on BBC, right?
Yes, it was.
I remember that.
Meet the Adibanjos.
Yeah, and then when they were saying the name right.
Yeah.
Like.
Adibanjo, like
I read a book by
that's all.
Louis Farrakhan, I believe.
Okay.
And there was a quote in there that made me just really like that's what made me kind of like change my mind in terms of like when I tell people my name, saying it properly or not. And he said the first step to mentally owning someone is by renaming them. So if your name is this, I tell you, no, that's not how you pronounce your name. This is how you pronounce your name. Now, that name belongs to me, not you.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I'm telling
okay.
you how to tell. It's your name,
That's true, yeah,
nigga.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then when I thought about it psychologically, when you think about it, most black people are like we don't own our name and our culture for that reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's another topic for another
Yeah.
time. That's very interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you're okay. Okay. I feel like I'm lost in terms of like the timeline of what I'm trying to gather.
Yeah.
But I got quite a lot of good information from you. So at what point did you then start to like? Because you mentioned earlier that you had a little bit of a switch from the first time you started, and then you had a little bit of
Yeah.
a. So how did that style change?
So,
What was the
I
difference
think the
between?
style change was because like I wanted to do like type of bring like the rock out of me, you know what I mean?
Like the rage
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, but like I feel like I said insecure
Okay.
that time of it. But I wanted to plan to do it, but I wasn't. Every time I felt like I wanted to try and do something, it didn't sound right, or it didn't had it like I was like playing Sonic when I was younger,
Okay.
and like I will hear these type of stuff even when I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog. That's why I love like Sonic the Hedgehog, playing Sonic Rivals, like me and my friends, like mostly Raynor, of course, that one of my bros since my childhood friends, of course, and we still speak to each other till now.
For real.
So like we just like Sonic was like the game that I mostly played and like I get the inspiration
Okay.
from. So like even now when the Rage came out of it and I was thinking like this, even when it gets a whole lot of red, or even off the map from Sofago, I knew this is gonna be something. But other than that, like I was just gonna get straight to the point, to the fact, like with my artist name. Let me get straight to my artist name.
That's what I was gonna ask you next.
So as you know, most people.
I know, but you didn't tell me why they switched though.
The why I switched. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
And then
Why? So the reason why I switched was because like I wanted to find it because since like people like started to do the rage stuff like that, I feel like a bit more comfortable.
Okay.
But at the same time, I wanted to do it, but I didn't have like a way of like trying to do it. So I was trying to make beats like that, but it didn't work the way I wanted it. Yeah.
And you transitioned into it. So what did you start off with then? Like
I started off with like trap beats slash trap mail / emo rap.
Oh, okay. And you were just rapping over those basically. You wasn't really doing like the rage style.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And hence you not putting some of the songs on SoundCloud on YouTube.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense. So the name Opay then.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So
where does that come from?
This is something where now I finally got one to talk about now. So the surname, as I said, like people know it because it's my surname backwards.
Okay.
That's one of them, but I didn't know that before I even found the name. So when I had this name, it was like there's 3 meanings to me. Like, of course, this was the time when I had the name and I wanted to start music. It was like, remember the time you were 13 and like I was like feeling suicidal. It was that.
Damn, at the age of 13.
Yeah, life was just very precious. Like, it was just hurting me a lot.
Brother, what have you been through? Shit.
Like,
13 is a young age, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I know, you're becoming a man at that age. I get it, but that's still young.
yeah.
Still very young.
But I just felt that way, and like as I said, luckily I broke out of it.
How did you break out of that? Especially that young, like.
Because that's what I mean. God, it was God, bro, and God, like, He held me saying like, listen, bro, like. I know he didn't say it to me, but I know for a fact I can tell my man. Like,
nah, you said like
listen, like
he did say that to you. Don't say that.
Nah.
Don't deny God's presence, man.
But I could tell for a fact, like, what's it called? That he was like, listen, it doesn't need to be this way.
Yes.
I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna make you.
Like, and I'm not even a religious person like that, but I believe in God, bro, and I believe that there's times in our lives where God, like, he just leans his own ideas towards you. He puts in your head like, yo, it's not that deep, bro.
Yeah. So, and when I was at that point, it was like, okay, I found the meaning. I'm gonna use my artist name, and I was thinking of there was one thing I could say: "Oh praise, Yeshua," or as in "Oh praise, my God." Oh praise Almighty Yeshua. Basically, that's what the kind of meaning was. That was the first meaning. And the second meaning was like I felt so much positivity. I was scared to bring that
So
positivity
it's like,
out.
hold on, it's like a acronym.
Yeah,
'Cause I
it's
just
like
clocked it.
it's like an acronym kind of.
Okay. All praise Almighty Yeshua.
Yeah.
What is Almighty Yeshua? Just in case.
So
For the people out there,
so
because I don't want them to be like, oh, that's some.
in Jewish the Yeshua part like
Mhm.
is in Jewish way of saying like Jesus God. So that's type of that thing.
Does that make you Jewish?
It doesn't make me Jewish, but I know for a fact that when it was in the Bible,
That's how it's written, of course.
yeah. So, but the second meaning, of course, because I want to bring positivity into everything I do. So I've always put only positivity at youth.
Okay. OPAY. So there's different things that it could possibly mean.
Yeah, and I feel like there's more meanings I can keep going on, but like those are what like the meanings I start with first.
Yeah, man. I like it just because they're all kind of positive. They're all kind of like towards like a greater prosperity, if that makes sense. Like, and that's dope. That's amazing. And I'm like, let me just say this before we move on. And I forget to say this. I'm always very impressed when I meet someone as young as you, but with some level of wisdom, and it's very important because most of the time, what I see is a lot of things that influence a lot of younger people is the ignorant bullshit that's not going to do anything but ruin your development type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just want to say keep going, and also as well like I don't want to say congratulations because I don't know if it's something to congratulate you for, but kudos. You know what I'm saying? At least that made me sound mad white.
I was like, man went to me and man went to me. Was that some anime shit or something like that? It's like Naruto. Believe it.
but for real though, like on a serious note, on a serious note, it makes me happy on the inside when I see like younger kids like yourself. Approaching life from a wise perspective as opposed to from an ignorant perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like if you're getting more ignorant in life or stuff like that, that's how you know like I know you can go through shit, but at the same time you need to have that self-control.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you don't have self-control and when you're arrogant, you're not going to help yourself and you're not going to help the people around you.
Absolutely not.
So if you don't, that's why, as I said, I had the time when I went to anger management, even though it didn't help me, but at the same time it learned me some things. But what made me learn things more was, as I said, after that point when I felt suicidal that time. So it was like I was slowly getting more self-control as I was doing things, but because it's a lot to take in because I don't really say this to nobody.
I know, and it's a lot to.
I really don't even say this to my friends because, as I said, like I want to be careful also what I say to my friends as well because I don't want to get to the point when I understand like when you say the truth to people, sometimes people will find it in a negative way, and some people will find it in a way that they will leave them speechless.
Yes.
So
I agree.
I don't know. So, but other than that, yeah, really, that's what.
So when you were going through like some of those mental health stuff, like by the way, are you still going through some of that stuff now, or do you feel like you kind of like I wouldn't say being healed. I saw
there's things now that's still going on.
Okay.
But I know like at the end of the day, I know I'll be successful. I know like my family will be successful for a fact.
Okay.
I know that for a fact. I will do something that will be life changing, and I'm always to have that positivity. It doesn't matter like what you can do. Like creativity will never stop. Like
absolutely not. And I feel like every artist have that. This is sad to say, but every creative person has a darkness. We all kind of hide it because the world kind of sees it as. But we all have our darknesses. Like we all have it.
Yeah.
But it's about how you deal with it that matters, as opposed to what the darkness is. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is that obviously you don't have to talk about it if you don't don't feel comfortable talking about it.
I feel like there's personas or things for my next music soon.
Yeah.
Where it's like, because as I said, some artists know me as the guy that has a choker because you see me a lot with the choker and stuff like that. But really, like, it's a persona. Like.
Yeah. In music, you have to kind of have that built up, anyways.
Yeah, it's something where you're gonna say like, I'm gonna say this right now. It's, once you'll see new music or once you see the change will happen, you will see it.
Yeah. But, okay.
But
and
for now,
are we gonna hear a lot of those stuff in the music as well?
I say you'll
Or
hear
you're not sure?
you'll hear it from my voice, and
Okay.
also from maybe instrumentals as well.
Okay, so you hear the feelings more than the lyrics. Is that what
Yeah,
you're trying to say?
yeah, and that's what made me love Tyler the Creator. Like Tyler the Creator as well. As I said, an artist that since 2011, I say one of the most game changing artists out there.
1000%, and it
And
still hasn't changed.
exactly, never changed.
You know what I'm saying? Still the same nigga, and still it keeps. You know what I'm saying? And it still keeps breaking
Yeah,
grounds in terms of like what you can do as a mostly independent artist. Just yeah, now shout out Tyler Creator. There's nothing else you can say about him.
yeah.
He's been tested and proven so many times.
It doesn't matter. Like he every time this guy Igor Grammy, call me if you get lost Grammy. That kind of explains it. DJ
Yeah.
Khaled, it made him sad.
Yeah, now DJ Khaled was bugging for that.
Yeah,
He was
and also
bugging.
that showed the kind of the true side of DJ Khaled. That guy's
Yeah.
positivity just he
Fake,
snapped.
bruh.
He snapped. He
Yeah,
snapped.
it's that fake positivity
'Cause
shit, bro.
that saying that, oh,
How
yeah.
can you be mad at Tyler, bro? Like,
Yeah.
he's not even looking at you.
Yeah, like.
But anyways, shout out to Tyler.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler, bro. For real.
And do you know what made me so mad about the DJ Khaled rant? He said, "Oh, people that shout out to all the people that make real music," and I was like, "Tyler's music is way more real than your music." Like, and you don't make music. You put other people that make music together.
It's a Saturday. It's
The
a Saturday.
same
It's an
room.
SNL live, bro. It's a Saturday night live.
Do you know what I'm
event,
saying?
bro.
Like, it was just the joke just wrote itself. I
Yeah.
was just like, you know what? That's
Um,
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but other than that, like, yeah, but
So in terms of like, so okay, now you're in uni, right? What are you studying at the moment in uni?
game design.
Game design.
Yeah.
And you said earlier that you wanted to be a gamer before you decided to go down into the music.
Yeah. So
Bro.
that time when I wanted to be a gamer, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to actually like make games, but like we're going towards the art side of it. But now
Okay.
since I got to college and towards my second year, when I was in college second year,
Yeah.
I wanted to do more of the sound side.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I don't know if this was on the pod or off the pod. You were talking about how you want more artists to make music for gaming, right?
I feel like I think artists should be being like more like video games. I feel like artists, even mainstream artists,
Mm-hmm.
they should even get to like game soundtracks as well. Cause like
Talk to me more about how you envision that, like actually being, you know what I mean, practical.
well, practical wise, like the same way how you see in movies, how even Drake produced Euphoria. You know, Drake.
Yeah, he did.
Like the guy brought in underground artists like people like Eric Doa, Yeet. Like the guy knows what he's doing. Like
Well, who Drake?
yeah, Drake.
Absolutely.
Like the guy knows what he's doing. So,
Absolutely.
So even now, to
them
a fact,
niggas over there, they're like very calculated.
because people say, "Oh, this is only for something," like, but you know that you can do more things.
You know,
than that.
Drake brought us Ice Spice as well. Most people don't know that. Ice Spice, fucking Dave. Well, obviously Dave came from UK, but Drake gave the whole world Dave. You know what I'm saying? Like do you know how many artists Drake has made possible for them to attain global success? So
Yeah.
shout out to Drake every fucking time, and I don't want to hear from no one that's not doing anything that's good. Talk about Drake is a culture vulture, nigga. What are you doing for the culture?
Yeah.
That's what I want to
But I
know.
want to be here for like, what's it called? What I want to try and do is my possibility to bring more sounds to the UK mainstream, because I'm sick and tired, like with Capital One going for their own niche and like bringing the same type of thing. Like, don't get wrong, it's cool, but at the same time, like they don't. When do you really hear R&B artists in the radio?
Barely ever.
Where do you
Always
really
drill
hear like
music?
like
or,
where do you really hear like other
Afrobeats.
alternative raps like things
Never.
like that's what I mean. So
or like the rage or like the crash. But that's the thing. You can't be mad at the institution.
yeah, that's true.
Because they're not the creatives and they don't know what's hot.
like
they're not aware.
if I have to Chief Keef my way into the scene, where like literally like I'll break the genre to the point where like they don't want me to be in this, I'll have to.
Yeah, you might have to
Like,
do that.
but other than that, like really, like shout out to everyone like there, even the Grey Santana as well. Those two, Ruben and Grey Santana, helped me to craft my sound from my current album Playboy. Cause
I'm interviewing a couple of days. Actually, next week actually, I think.
Yeah.
So shout out to Grace and Tara.
Yeah. So even Playboy is one of my favorite works, and is one of my most creative works.
That's your new
yes.
EP? Is it EP or album?
New album. Have you listened to it?
Yeah, I heard it.
What do you think of it, in your honest opinion?
I think I like it. I like the sound. I like the sonics of it. I think it's a like your sound is very different from everything else that I hear from Rage artists. I haven't gone to the lyrics yet. I just go based off the sound,
Yeah.
and I think the whole project is cohesive, and I like. What I would say for me is that
Yeah.
I think that you lot choose not just you, like Ribbon as well and Tweed does as
Yeah.
well. So
Tweet
you
was
lot
it.
choose
YouTube.
really
Yeah.
good beats. You lot choose really good beats and marry it with the melody so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I liked it. I liked the album. I liked the album.
Yeah.
It's some shit. It's some shit that you can get turned up to, basically.
Yeah, I thought that was like the main point of it. Even when I was speaking to like Kanashi and stuff like that, when I was in the process of it, is either you're gonna make this album that you can listen to and perform to, or just perform.
Yeah.
So I was like,
they'll go crazy.
Yeah,
Live performance.
that's what I mean.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
and shout out to Mega as well. Mega, like that guy got me to like people like Raymatics, all those other people, all the Yuck Stars, 1138 Yuck Stars, bro. Like, shout out to these man, like for real. Shout out to Mega for like to be like the first person to come to me and say like, yo, like I see something, bro. Like,
shout out to you, my
and
guy.
it just is. You know how I understand when I made that project to hear my friends like very proud of me. It means a lot to me when my friends like very proud to see like. It mean a lot. It mean a lot,
for real.
So.
And obviously, like they not just the fact that they your friends, they're also your peers in terms of like they make music as well. So they, they have an ear for
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they're not just saying it. Yeah. Like if it was say for example, like the mom and dad say it's good or whatever, like you take that with a pinch of salt because that's mom and dad. Obviously they care about them whatever, but they're not well versed in this music thing.
Well, my mom just hears my music. My mom heard my music already. Like,
what did she like? What's her thoughts
when she heard like the music and stuff like that? She said like you remind me of like a future Jimi Hendrix.
Damn, that's a compliment, huh?
Like she reminds me of Jimi Hendrix.
Hendrix.
Yeah, like
I'm sure you know who Jimi Hendrix is. Right?
Yes, indeed. Like even I look at interviews at him and like when
shout out to Mumsy, man.
Yeah, I love my mom. Trust me. Even when I look at his interviews and like stuff, like he said that whenever he's on stage, this is unbelievable. The guy makes a new song in stage by just playing his guitar.
Yeah, that's how good of a guitarist he was. I'm never surprised about that.
Like literally, he goes on stage. He says like, "I just make a song just in like
right then, while tripping on LSD." As well, you go remember this, because back then all them niggas was high. Everyone was high.
True. But nowadays you don't need to. Like you can just.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
that's true.
So,
that's true.
But now it's like when I heard that and I listened to his music more, it was like it really does make sense. Like, and even when my mom knew about him that time, she thought he was white.
For real.
Because what black name has Jimi Hendrix?
That's true. That's a good point. And a guitarist around the time where rock music was.
In prime.
Exactly.
Rock music was in the.
That was like the prime time.
The prime of rock and hip hop. I say hip hop prime was 80s to 90s.
Do you think so?
But I think 70s as well. I think no. Actually, let me say this. Scrap that right. Actually, rock and hip hop was in its prime. I say was getting more traction to media or music when it was the 70s and the 90s, and which elevated us towards this year to make it towards what is the biggest thing out here right now, like.
So you mean like us? When you say us, you mean like you lot
we evolved
using both genres?
Yeah, and we evolved it basically.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. 100%.
I feel like right now, just like I just want to like.
No, carry on.
Yeah, it's cool. I just feel like I want to break out in this scene. You know what I mean? Like I want to break. It doesn't matter whoever's the face of my friends or my peers. You know what I mean? Because we're all here to help each other. You know what I mean? And like, if I feel like I'm the face. And if it's my role,
like the face of the whole scene, that's a huge responsibility. Though.
Yeah,
I don't think there is a face yet.
Yeah, I don't think there's a face yet. But I know if I was the face, I want for a fact that the same way you guys help me, help everyone else.
100%.
Because if
that's the one thing that's missing in the UK, though. Because that help.
Because if y'all guys did fucking Slay World, as they said they weren't Slay World, but as what they were known for at that time, if those guys helped each other, you can do the same thing here.
100%.
If you guys helped each other for different things, with producers or anything you do, we're all here to help each other. So 100%. I don't think why it's not difficult to the fact we're like.
And also as well, like it's. Yeah. I'm not even saying it from the point of view of help someone that doesn't want to help themselves.
Yeah.
Help each other because it will elevate the whole scene as one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Because like now I'm seeing like some US people just saying like oh, we're just taking American sound.
Yeah,
Like, don't get wrong. I understand. I could see why, but at the same time, you don't understand. Like, there's some people who just keep the UK sound, but they're just using the same type of beats.
Exactly.
But listen,
but then that's what I'm saying. If there was more togetherness
Yeah.
in the UK, then Americans will be able to say that.
Exactly.
Because first of all of the other like rappers that like already crossed over,
Yeah.
they'll be shining light on some of the underground niggas like you lot that are making similar type of music.
Exactly.
So they would be able to understand that, okay, cool, there's a whole melting pot of these niggas doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but they're not exposed to all of that. They don't know that. They've just heard one or two people like, oh,
Yeah.
you lot are trying to sound like us.
Yeah.
So their perspective on it is very limited.
Yeah. Like,
But that's okay. This is, and let me just say this real quick.
Yeah.
This is why I've created this platform, a
Yeah.
platform like this,
okay.
because I didn't create it with the mindset of only these specific people are allowed on here.
Yeah.
I created a mindset of just representing the scene, underground scene as a whole. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I speak to R&B artists, rappers, the guys that do rage, crash, whatever music genre it is, as long as it's like it's good and there's like I can see like a community being built off of this. It needs to be represented.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the rest of the world don't know what the fuck's going on.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, since we're coming towards the end of the interview now,
Yeah.
it's been really interesting talking to you, and yeah, I really have enjoyed this interview.
Yeah, of course, bro. Like,
but really quick before we get out of here, give me a top five musicians.
Top 5 musicians.
Yeah, I feel like you already kind of did.
Yeah, I kind of really did, but like, I'll say it again.
But, say it again.
In no particular order, by the way.
Yeah.
This is like X Factor or some shit.
Actually, or it don't even have to be like musicians. Just creatives that inspires you just in general.
Yeah. I need to drink more.
Oh yeah, I haven't got none.
Goddamn. Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD, yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Alright, cool. Kanye was in there somewhere as well, but anyway.
Yeah.
Kanye, that's number 3.
Travis.
Okay. 4. Got one more.
No, cool. Well, I'm gonna do 2 more.
Okay.
Prince, and of course, last one I say just like in general. I don't know why, but like it does make sense. Like even now, like Jimi Hendrix, bro. Like
Jimi Hendrix,
like.
A lot of people never really mention his name, just because obviously he was a guitarist.
Yeah.
And actually, he was a singer as well. Like
he did both.
He did both, but people don't really, in my opinion, put him on the pedestal that he needs to be put on. Only certain people.
Love to Jimi Hendrix.
1,000%. And also, what would you sort of like? What do you? Okay, now that you're where you're at, I feel like you're at the beginning stages of your career. You already have your own sound. You already have your own ideology.
Yeah.
And philosophy in life type of shit.
Yeah, but I feel like people think I came out the scene out of nowhere. I think
so?
Yeah, like some people say, like I came out of this scene like nowhere, like
just came out just like randomly. I mean, I could see that. I can see why,
but like I was just trying to craft it, like you know what I mean.
You trying to craft your own sound, right?
I was trying to craft it, you know what I mean, like. And sometimes when people say like, "Oh, it's been years" and stuff like that, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just been doing shit." Like, bro, listen, if you want me to drop faster music and just hit utter trash, like. Then you win. Like, that's your point. You can get that if you want to. But for me, it's like I want to make the best out of it.
That's true.
So like, everyone can listen. So anyone can go back to. Then when it's the next one, I'll do my best as possible. But I know for a fact the next project. Well, I even didn't talk about. This is my brand.
Careful.
Rag3Star. Yeah.
Rag3Star. Rag3Star fashion.
Yeah. This is I'm the only Rag3Star. That's why I call myself like not rock star, but Rag3Star. Because I feel the rage inside me when I do the music.
I like that name as well.
But like, it's that aggressive energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, of course, I'll be careful over myself. But like, yeah.
Nah, I respect that.
Yeah.
How much would you sell a T-shirt for? Like one of those?
I would sell this for £16 to £18.
Okay.
Because the reason why I would do that, because some niggas buy shirts for more than £30, but I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? And also at the same time, like, it doesn't matter about like, you know what I mean, quantity, bro. You know what I mean? It's not all about the money. It's not all about like the prices. It's also all about like the quality of it and the quantity.
Absolutely, and that's why I asked as well.
Yeah, and even hoodies as well. There's only one hoodie that's more than £30 because it's all prints from left to right to back.
But is it all out, like, as in people can go online and purchase it if they wanted type of stuff, or is it sort of like, you know, beginning stages in terms of like the clothing?
Okay, so the brand right now is in. I'm getting the samples. I'm ordering to where I'm at. Okay. And once I get them, I'm straight away. I know friends who are models, so my friends always say I got all contacts, bro. I do. But yeah.
All right. Cool. But when that comes out, no, it's cool. It's cool, bro. When that comes out, I'll be excited to kind of like see, you know what I mean, see what you got, and in terms of like the music, obviously you just dropped a new tape, but where do you see your career as a whole going? Like, what's your ultimate goal? What's the ultimate goal for you? With music.
With music, my ultimate goal is to be somebody that you can listen to anything with.
That's a good one.
I feel like that's my goal because I feel like
that's a good one.
Anything I can do or anything I can listen to, I can just pick up of it and I can make a song out of it. Okay. In a way, as in like with jazz, with soul, like
or
if
like
I can,
EDM or any
before, as I said, I was singing before rapping. Okay. So I forgot to mention that I was singing before rapping.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You did not mention.
Because I was choir boy. I was a little.
So you got a good singing voice.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Stop flexing. All right. This is the end of the podcast. I can't sing, so I don't like niggas that can sing. I'm joking. That is ridiculous. Okay. Well, keep that in the locker because you haven't even.
Because I don't really reach it yet. But that's something. That's a little snippet on probably something maybe 2 years to come.
Okay. All right.
But for now, I'm a trap metal rage, glitchcore, something that I'm trying to do as well. But I don't see trap metal a lot in the scene, so I want to push that more.
Trap metal. Oh, okay.
People like Lil Darky. People like Scarlord.
I do this.
People like Nasco, yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. What was it again?
NASCAR.
No. The name of genre. What subgenre?
Trap metal.
I'm gonna do my research on that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing, bro.
I've heard about Scarlord.
So things like Donnie Darko, that's trap metal. Things like False Love,
that's trap metal. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Damn, that's crazy. Hip hop has come so fucking far, bro. Yeah. And every day I just keep finding about like a new subsection. Yeah. That's like got community as well. Not even like some little small thing. There's like a whole community. Yeah. I mean, of people operating.
Yeah, it's interesting because like,
you know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, people like kind of overdo it a bit when they say, "Oh, I made this whole genre," like, but it's already there. Like, but it's cool. But
and it's just like, obviously some people like to claim certain things. And makes them feel cool about themselves.
Which I understand. About that, but at the same time, like.
One last question though. Yeah. Before we get out of here, what would you like? If there's like a message that you want to like give to people that support you, your music, and everything that you got going on. What's that one message you want to leave them with before we get out of here?
I'm going to say this right now. Do not doubt yourself.
Absolutely. I agree.
I think doubt is the one thing in general.
Doubt kills.
Actually, no, 3 things. Doubt. Hate. And third of all.
Never get spoken about.
Hate is something that won't get spoken about. And thirdly, not feeling like you'll be successful. Because some people feel like they reach somewhere and it's like, I'm doing this well, but I'm not reaching success yet. When's it going to happen? Everything happens in time. 100%. Everything happens for a reason.
And also as well, always realize that things are about relativity. Yeah. You might not feel successful, but someone who hasn't gotten near where you are, looking at you like, oh my God, that guy's doing bare. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be careful and also this is the thing that I've been struggling with like recently, gratitude or understanding how much gratitude I've been struggling with that because obviously I always demand a lot of myself, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way that I feel like everyone should be anyway.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I feel like that sometimes can help can kind of like distort your perception on how good you're doing.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. Like,
so gratitude is also one of those things that will help you as well. That's very good. I like your answers.
So
Your answers really.
doubt, hate, and like, don't like feel like you're not getting successful. You are getting successful. You're just having the challenges right now.
1,000.
And once you see it soon, you're gonna gain a lot from it. Trust me, because it's gonna happen. And all those people who are seeing successful right now, they're just having it right now.
100, and they've been through what you're going through.
And you're going through as well. Exactly.
They've been through it.
But
all of them, even Drake. Yes,
yeah,
I know.
This man had a lot of help to get where he is right now.
Word, you're looking at him now, champagne pappy, popping all the fucking champagne in the world. All the bad bitches want him. There was a time where all those bad bitches did not want Drake.
They did not want that guy.
I know. It sounds hard to believe, but yes.
Yeah.
There was a time where I looked at Drake's. What was his first album? Thank Me Later.
Ooh,
I looked at that album and I was like, I don't know. I was tripping at that time. I know. I was tripping.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I was tripping. Years later, I was like, I can't believe I said that about this album.
You know.
I know.
There was even one album. I know people. I didn't like Future before. I'll say it right now. I didn't like Future before.
For me, I was Young Thug.
I didn't like Young Thug or Future that time until 2019.
When I saw the Young Thug, when I saw the light for Young Thug, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how things like that happen, where your brain just switches to just kind of like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But anyways, either way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys, for, sticking with us, like, listening to Opay's story. All the social media links are going to be down there in the description. You lot go fuck with his music, fuck with his brand. Just, keep the positive vibes going. And like I always say, underground artists need your support way more than the mainstream artists. Shout out to all the mainstream guys, but they already have loads of support. So support our guys. Do you know what I'm saying? And whatever questions you lot might have, just comment it down there in the comment section. Don't be shy. Get involved with the conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Nah,
I
man.
really appreciate it.
Nah, I appreciate you coming through, and I appreciate you kind of like for what you brought onto the platform as well.
Yeah.
I didn't expect all these kind of like knowledge from such a young person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Nah.
And not to sound condescending, but it's just that, like, wisdom comes with age. I consider people like you some of the people that have been lucky enough to gain it earlier in life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, why you could be wise in any age.
I agree.
People don't say wisdom does not come with you being old. That's
what
some people say that. That's no, because it's a thing. The one thing I say is that the metaphor with wise people say like, "Oh, you're wise when you're more older." That is 100% a lie.
That's not well.
Yeah, and
I think
yes,
case by case.
Case by case.
Because life will throw you things that will offer you wisdom.
Yeah.
If you're stupid, you will ignore it.
Yeah.
And that's why people do say wisdom comes with age. Because when you're younger, you might not have experienced certain things that will give you wisdom.
That's true.
And that's what that means. Because certain people are like
old
and they're not wise at all. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But that's because life has taught them the same lesson. And mostly those type of people aren't successful because they've not learnt the lesson that life has been trying to teach them the whole life.
Yeah.
And then you can have someone like you who's young, but you've seen other people going through certain thing, but you're wise enough to like learn from it, as opposed to wait for it to happen to you before you start learning from it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I learned a lot of life from that Kanye documentary. I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, and that documentary taught me why documenting things is so important, bro.
Yeah,
very important.
I want to try and do that more. I'm trying to document my life more because there's a story, real story I want to tell.
Yeah, you should, 1000%. And with that said, guys, Black English hereby closes such affairs. Bye-bye. Bye.